All right. I think just got one more device to get up on here. All right, I think we're good to go. All right, hello, and welcome to Stamp with Shel. My name is Shel Anderson, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator located in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Today we are here for Template Tuesday. That's where we make 2 cards following a template. The bonus about tonight's class is it's a crossover because it's also a fun fold and it's also a one-sheet wonder. So, hey Carol, glad you could join. So we are going to get started right away. But before we do, I just got this today and I have to share this with you. This is the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12 DSP. This stuff is gorgeous, and when I opened it there was a surprise. I don't know how I didn't know this, but it is 12 by 12 DSP, and there's the beautiful patterns. I'll show you the different sides. This stuff is gorgeous. And then check this out. These are frames. The centers of these pop out. And these are frames that you can put on the front of your card. This one's just DSP. Then down here, this is a big strip. And then this is just DSP, and this is another frame. And then there is a whole sheet, 2 whole sheets of die cuts that you can just punch out to use on your card. And there's more frames and greeting panels and flowers and leaves. This stuff is gorgeous. We're going to use a piece of it tonight. And it was a happy surprise because I didn't know somehow, I guess I didn't read, that there were the frames and the ephemera in there. So I thought I would share that with you guys so that you would see what's happening. So you would know what was there. Maybe you'd missed it as well. All right, I have my scoreboard. And I am going to take a full sheet of cardstock, 8.5 by 11. And we are going to score that right down the center at 4 1/4. Okay, we've got that score line. Now we're going to rotate it and we're going to score it down the center again at 5 1/2. So we've down the center at 4 1/4, down the center at 5 1/2. Pretty simple, right? All right, we'll take that out of the way. And now I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. I should show you the template perhaps. Here is our template. 8.5 by 11 piece of paper, scored down the center at 4 1/4, scored across the middle at 5 1/2, and then we're going to cut it from corner to corner. Now, to do this, you have to take off one of your scoring blades to get it to fit. So you're going to put your points, top and bottom, in the track, and then we're going to cut. And hopefully I guess there's one little area there on each end that I will have to cut with snips. Or actually I'll use my long scissors so I can stay right on the track. So one area right there. And right there. All right, so that is our full sheet. Now we have another template for our DSP. This is 4 by 5 1/4, and we're simply going to cut it corner to corner. Okay, so there's your 2 templates. I'll let you take a screenshot of that if you so desire, while I put my blade back in and we grab our DSP. So you have to remember, now check for pattern. If you have a pattern, you're going to have to match your pattern. You want your pattern all going up and down, but you have to cut from your top corner here to your bottom corner here, the same as we did the big sheet of cardstock. Okay. And there is those 2 pieces. All right, I'm going to slide these out of the way for a minute, and we're going to take one of those out of the way, and we are going to fold on our score lines. If you have any questions, pop them in the comments. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I have 2 more cards to share with you as well. All right. There we have that. Now, I'll get my glue here. And we're going to put, this is the, what is this DSP? This was the, hang on, To Market. It's called To Market, 12 by 12 DSP. Uh-oh. There we go. I left the cover off it too long. You want to make sure you get down into the corners. And we'll just pop that on, centered on that panel. And the same with the other piece. Pretty simple card, eh? And the bonus is it's a 2-for-1. One sheet wonder and a simple fun fold. We're going to do it a little different. I'm going to do both cards at the same time, then we'll decorate them after. And this one, same thing. Put both of your corners into the track. And then we'll chop this off. There we go. Grab that bone folder again. And nope, hang on. This one is going this way. Because your line across the center has to go in the same direction as you cut your paper. Okay, and you'll notice that this one is not matching up perfectly. Probably the way that I folded that, but we'll take care of that in just a moment after we get these gorgeous DSP on here. So pretty. I love this pattern. Just need to make sure you get in right into the corners so that it doesn't lift up on you. There we go. All right, now I have glue all over my fingers. I'm just going to lift this up, and that little tip that you see there, I'm just going to trim that off. Just like that. All right, now let's work on this card. This card, we are going to use the Spotlight on Nature for this one. And I have pre-cut a garden green circle, and I took that color right from the DSP, and a basic white circle. Now these dies in here are fabulous, and you'll notice that there's different patterns on each of them. So I tried to mix the patterns up a little bit. This one just has the hatches along the outside, and then this one has the cutouts. There's another one that has little leaves that you'll see a little bit later. So we need to do some stamping on this card. So I think we need to add a little bit of color. So why not some flowers and a greeting? Sound like a plan? Now, I am going to use Stamp Positioner for this, simply because I want to be able to stamp it twice if I have to. All right. Let's do the thanks first. And then we will do the flowers. And I'm just going to use Memento Black ink. I hope that you guys saw the sale that I posted this afternoon, starting June 5th. All machines, Stampin' Cut and Emboss machines, the mini and the regular size, will be 10% off. And bundles already have 10% off, die bundles, but they're going to add another 10% to that. So how fabulous is that for a sale? Nothing to kick at, 20% off. And that starts on June the 5th. All right, let's pop this little guy right like that. Yes, Carol, it's super, super simple. Nothing I do is terribly difficult. And most of what I do is pretty darn simple. There we go. All right. I am going to give this a second to dry. And we're going to pull in this other die cut. Now, when I was reading the package for this card, this DSP, this color is actually pumpkin pie. It's the dark pumpkin around the outside, and it's the light pumpkin on the inside. So I die cut this circle, and then I used my pumpkin pie light Stampin' blend, and I am looking for a piece here that I can't find. Sorry. Then I colored it with Stampin' blends. And I guess I'm going to have to get, oh, there it is on the floor. Bear with me a second. We need that. That's one of those little pieces of ephemera. And I thought that would pop on that pumpkin. So I'm just going to use this to lay it out. And then we're going to stamp a greeting on here as well. But I wanted to have these pieces. All right. I think we can fit Dear Friend on this one. Yep, we can. Dear Friend. And I'm just going to use the same black ink. And we'll stamp that a couple of times because I like it to pop. There we go. Now I think that leaf is going to look better if we pop it up using dimensionals. So we'll flip that over and see if we can find some dimensionals. There we go. There we go. That'll be well supported. Now, get the greeting straight. Pop that on like so. Now, in that ephemera, there was also some flowers. I'm wondering if I want them or not. I'm second guessing myself here. Just give me a second to pull some out. And we'll bring these in. I think that kind of gets lost. Sometimes simple might be better. You know what I'm saying? And that just competes with the leaves. So I'm just going to go with the leaves on this one, because I think they're just going to compete against each other. Now, this is the important part. When we put this on, we can only put it on one side. So this, in this instance, it's going to go on this piece. So the adhesive can only go on here. Okay, so here's my tip for you. We're going to take a pencil. We're going to put it where we want it to start with. Make sure your greeting is straight. And then I'm just going to grab it and flip it. And on this back side, I'm going to do a little light pencil line. I know you probably can't see that, but this is where I'm going to glue. Okay? So when I put that on there, only the glue will be on that side, allowing my card to open. But I think we need to have some ribbon, some twine, something on here for a little pizzazz. Now, I know we have, there's pretty peacock in here. Maybe, I think that might be a little too thick. Why don't we just go with some twine, some sparkly twine. Look, this is meant to be. End of a roll. Let's use that. And there's a bow already made. Almost like it was meant to be. So, on the back of this, we're going to put some twine. Now I've got a knot in it. And how I'm going to do that is I'm just going to start here and tape it to the back. All right, and then I'm just going to create a little loop. And tape it to the back. Create another little loop. And once again, tape it to the back. And you see that I'm trying to keep the tape all on the side that I'm going to glue. One more loop, my friends. Yep, that's going to work. Come on. All right, let's just grab some snips, cut that off, dry fit it one more time. It's going to be pretty. All right, now my adhesive. Lay our card flat, find my marks, and pop that in place. Perfect. Perfect. And I'm just going to hold that for a minute because I have a lot of tape on the back of that. I want to make sure that adheres. All right, now there's already a little bow here. Oh, what's going on here? Well, sir. I just made a mess. While that's drying, we will reconstruct another bow. We're just going to put that on the bottom of that greenery. With the glue dot. There we go. Let me find a glue dot. All right. Now I want to roll that glue dot and pop it on there. Come on. There we go. Trim these tails down. And I think I'm going to need another glue dot. And this one's going to have to be rolled even finer. There we go. All right. Now let's grab some embellishments and see if we can find something with gold in it. I have so many in this bucket that I can hardly see them. Oh, you know what I might do? I might use butterflies. Let's see what they look like. Have a look-see. Oh, yeah. There we go. That finishes that off nicely. All right. There's card number 1. And it opens this way. You could stamp the inside or just leave it blank so you have a nice place to write your greeting. That's card number 1. Now we're going to go back to this one. Our ink has all dried. So we're going to use, let me see, Granny Apple Green, I think, for our stems and leaves. And I love this stamp set because the images are so detailed. So simple to color these ones. You don't have to do anything. All the lines and details all put in there by the artist already. There we go. One more leaf and then it's just the flowers. Now I have to decide what color I want my flowers. How about, don't want to go red because that's going to look too Christmassy. Let's do Petunia Pop. Petunia Pop. Start with light. Such a pretty color. being brave using the brush tip of the marker. But you guys don't need to sit and watch me color, so I'm trying to rush it a little bit. There we have it. Petunia Pop and Granny Apple Green. Isn't that pretty? Now watch what happens. Boom! Isn't that pretty? Alright. I'm just going to pop that on there. Then we'll bring our card base back in. Give it another little burnish. And just going to eyeball this one. I'm not going to put any ribbon under this one. Just going to eyeball it. Perfect. All right, now I think we should have some of those. I have to take some of these out so I can see what I'm looking at. Those green gems might be pretty on there. Maybe not. There we go. Transparent dots. That's what we're going to go with. And I don't think these ones have even been opened yet. So we'll just slice the side so we can slide these out. And we'll just pop these on. Now if we had a little bow on there, I think I'm just going to use linen thread. Keep it simple. I'm just going to double it and make a little bow. Oops, it's all curly cued. Let me get it straightened out a little bit here so I can work with it. There we go. There we go. Once again, we'll get a glue dot. We'll just pop that right on there. And there is our second card. All right, let me clean this up and I'll bring the other two in so we can see them all. This one I did with another new stamp set called Penciled Pear. It's another distinctive stamp set. And these are the cards that I made prior to. We have this one, just a little note. And it opens this way. And that's in Pebbled Path. And then this one, I did it horizontally, because you can flip them however you want. And it opens this way. So those are from the penciled pear. This one was the, oh, I can't remember these names yet. Spotlight on Nature. And then this one was done with the Frames and Flowers 12 by 12 DSP. And that greeting was from Spotlight on Nature. All right, that's it, my friends. I challenge you to get going. Try these cards. They're super, super simple. Here is the template again. Card base is 8.5 by 11, scored in half at 4 1/4, scored in half at 5 1/2, and then cut corner to corner. Your DSP is 4 by 5 1/4, cut the same way, corner to corner. Please, if you do make these, share them. I'd love to see what you come up with. So that's it for me tonight. If you have any questions, you know where to find me. Bye-bye.